And happiness, what we are looking within our mind. A lot of people, usually we missed this point. And inwardly looking in our mind and peacefully resting, and then a lot, meditation experience occur, which is a strengthening in our mind and our body. It's affect positive way of in our life, and less disturbing emotions that's usually bothering for self. Then if we have disturbing emotions arising, likely our acting with these negative emotions. And if we have this happen, then we are cause of trouble for self, of course not peacefully resting. And then speech makes problem, and action bothering self and bothering for others. And this kind of we can stop through the meditation, particular in one's own mind. It's not teaching, story something. If you apply, then you will have this kind of experience. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time. If we, when we started beginning of the meditation, kind of make corrections, then later it's not that hard. If we're missing beginning, build habitual patterns, bad habitual patterns, then later it's very hard. Any habitual patterns, that's if you build something, the later if you want to change, it's very complicated. Meditation is the same thing. When you meditate, then you have to be aware. The way of sitting, way of breathing, and concentration. If you be aware and some certain things you have to do, then meditation experience occur, which means peacefully resting, right? And one of a meditation experience is peacefully resting. Other is that we call it bliss. The right feeling. And enjoy self. And when you meditate, and more you enjoy yourself, you want to meditate and more. Another addiction, right? But it's not a bad addiction, it's a good addiction. Peace and joy addiction, that's what we need. So I think it's really beneficial a lot. It helps a lot. That's the kind of method found the Buddha Shakyamuni before Buddha, and a lot, hundreds, millions of people are using these techniques, and found very, very helpful. Just be using nature, our body and the breathing, and just resting in our mind. The idea is that we add a lot of flight emotions from the birth into now, just adding stops. Those mental habitual patterns as cause of suffering. Even if we don't realize that. And when you meditate, then you see those patterns makes troubles. And then we build habitual pattern in the body, in the mind. Meditations try to dissolving these patterns, bad habitual patterns. We are not building new bad habitual patterns. And another way we can describe, we are not hanging on the past. A lot of things going on, what was happened in the past, then remembered and making more stories, just more stories, makes trouble. And here, that past is gone, future is not yet. The real and life is the present. This present moment, we have to realize, recognize. This is our life, and be with it. That is pretty much, I think, meditation. Not adding, not fixating anything. What occurs, just nature state. That's, we have to be with it. That's just meditation. And according to the Dharma teachings, that's the best we have to know. That's we missed and the simple part of the reality. Then a lot of troubles occur. And here, when we are at our mind recognize this present moment, then dissolving a lost thought, habitual patterns. We are not hanging on in the past, right thoughts. We are not waiting or making stories in the futures. Just thoughts, what occurs in this present moment, and just recognize, be with it, and dissolve it. The dissolve itself, we have some other method, like a contemplative meditation, analytical meditation, way of thinking something. This is another type of meditation. But here, rest of meditation is that just recognize thoughts comes up, recognize, and not try to stop it and fixating, and then dissolving itself, naturally dissolving. Usually, it's not stay, Thoughts is like a bubble, comes, then goes, then another thought comes, then goes, goes. But it's not naturally dissolved. Of course, some sort of natural dissolving, but it's a little bit different. The meditation state and dissolving. And that's sometimes we call it nature of phenomena, nature of mind. If we understand one's own mind, then the mind is like then you don't need a movie, TV. It's like TV. If you look at your mind, a lot of sort of things are going on there. And it's you can choose a lot of channels, hundreds, thousands. You don't have to pay. And I think sometimes I'm not really joking. It's half joking, half it's true. It really looks like it's a TV channel, always changing. If you inwardly look at your mind, then another thought comes up, images, then another thought, images always. You can see clearly colors and Allah's things. The good news is that you can't hold it on. It's illusion, right? And that way, if you realize it's an illusion, it's a good thing. Allah's Dharma teaching is saying that phenomena is like illusion, it's like a dream. Sometimes, I think about it, this it's not immediately, we don't have to agree what Dharma teaching is saying that, but just think about it. Sometimes it makes sense. It's like illusion. But how we can realize that, and think about it from like 10 years into now. What do you remember? Some situation at that time occurred, but now does not exist. Just only some sort of memory, right? Illusion, at that time it exists. Later, it's not. But I think about it, and why I'm using here mental image, it's like illusion. When you look at inwardly your mind is like a TV. There is seemingly you can see form, feeling, person, and color, shape, so forth. But if you really look at it, there is no form. There is no color, there is no shape, there is no person talking to you or something. It's all just mental. If you look at mental itself, you can't find physical thing, a tangible thing. And go look at and further, it's like space, emptiness. This is our mind. And if you realize that, sometimes when you're angry, frustrated, those states, using this method, you can dissolve. And it's a relax, More and more relax. If you have some questions, you're welcome. Yeah.
Daily practice, how many minutes do you recommend for beginners
meditation? Meditation, I think maybe 15 minutes. Yeah, 15 minutes is good. Okay, thank you coming and very enjoyed. We can stop here.
Thank you.
You're welcome to dedication merit. At this very moment, for the people and nations of the earth, may not in the name of disease, famine, war, suffering be heard, but rather may pure conduct, merit, wealth, and prosperity increase, and may supreme good fortune and well-being always arise. By this merit, may all damnations, may defeat the enemy wrongdoing, from the stormy waves of birth, old age, sickness, and death, from the ocean of samsara, may I free all be